This is my ranking of war shooters that I've played, based purely on my personal experience. Each one is placed from masterpiece down to trash depending on how intense the combat feels, how realistic the battlefield immersion is, and how good teamwork and visuals are. Let's get straight into the list. Battlefield 1 is a World War I shooter where I fought across large battlefields using infantry, tanks, aircraft, cavalry, and armored vehicles during battles inspired by different fronts of the war. I played through short war stories that followed different soldiers, then joined massive multiplayer matches built around capturing objectives and pushing enemy lines. The combat relied on rifles, machine guns, early submachine guns, grenades, gas attacks, and teamwork between classes. I switched between assault, medic, support, and scout roles depending on the situation, while destructible environments constantly changed the battlefield around me. Tanks advanced with infantry support, biplanes battled overhead, and artillery strikes created chaos during long matches. Operations connected multiple battles into larger campaigns that felt like part of a wider conflict. My ranking puts this in the masterpiece tier. Hell Let Loose had me fighting in massive 50 versus 50 World War II battles, where teamwork, communication, and map control mattered far more than personal kill counts. I joined infantry squads, moved across large battlefields, captured sectors, defended objectives, and worked with other players through voice communication to coordinate attacks and hold positions. Combat was deadly, with most weapons capable of killing in a single shot, which made movement, cover, and awareness extremely important. Squad leaders communicated with commanders to organize the wider battle, while outposts and garrisons allowed teams to maintain pressure on the front line. I also used tanks that required multiple players working together as driver, gunner, and spotter. The realistic weapon sounds, large-scale warfare, and strong emphasis on coordination make this a game I placed in my great tier. Enlisted put me in command of a squad during World War II battles where I switched between multiple soldiers and continued fighting even after one of them was killed. I attacked and defended objectives across large maps using infantry, tanks, and aircraft while advancing through different campaigns inspired by real battlefronts. Each squad could be customized with different soldier types, weapons, and upgrades, which created plenty of progression between matches. The battles mixed human players with AI-controlled squad members, creating the feeling of larger armies fighting across the battlefield. Gunfights were fast and chaotic, supported by detailed weapon sounds and large environments filled with capture points and strategic locations. Vehicles could have a major impact on battles, especially aircraft controlling the skies above the front line. This finds its place in my great tier. Rising Storm placed me in large multiplayer battles set in the Pacific theater of World War II, where survival depended on careful movement, accurate shooting, and teamwork. I fought as American and Japanese soldiers across jungles, beaches, swamps, and fortified positions while attacking or defending strategic objectives. The combat was brutal, with most deaths happening in an instant from rifle fire, artillery strikes, grenades, machine guns, or flamethrowers. Every weapon felt different, from bolt-action rifles and semi-automatic firearms to mortars and specialized support weapons. The two factions played differently, with the Japanese relying on tools like banzai charges and portable mortars, while American forces had stronger rifle firepower. Success came from communication, coordinated assaults, and controlling territory rather than chasing kills. This lands in my great tier. Red Orchestra, two heroes of Stalingrad, dropped me into brutal World War II battles, where survival depended on awareness, positioning, and careful decision-making rather than fast reflexes alone. I fought across multiplayer maps inspired by the Battle of Stalingrad, using rifles, machine guns, grenades, and other period weapons while attacking or defending objectives. The combat was extremely unforgiving because a single bullet could end my life, and there were no traditional health bars or easy ways to recover from serious wounds. I had to rely on sound, visual cues, and communication to identify threats, since enemies could be hidden almost anywhere. Every firefight felt tense because ammunition was limited and mistakes were heavily punished. The realistic approach to combat and strong focus on immersion place this within my excellent tier. Insurgency Sandstorm let me take part in tactical firefights where awareness, teamwork, and precise shooting mattered much more than fast movement or quick respawns. I played across both cooperative and competitive modes, capturing objectives, defending positions, and clearing buildings alongside teammates while facing highly dangerous enemies. The gunplay rewarded patience and accuracy because most fights ended after only 1 or 2 well-placed shots. I constantly checked corners, watched open streets, managed ammunition, and stayed aware of possible threats since there were no minimaps or other tools guiding me through combat. Different explosives served specific roles, with grenades clearing rooms, flashbangs disrupting enemies, and incendiaries blocking important routes. The realistic weapon handling, tense firefights, and strong emphasis on tactical teamwork place this in my excellent tier. Easy Red 2 follows large military campaigns where I fought across contested World War II battlefields alongside numerous Allied soldiers and vehicles. I pushed toward enemy strongholds, secured objectives, defended captured ground, and kept the battle going by switching to surviving members of my squad after casualties. The combat combined infantry warfare with tanks, artillery, aircraft, and AI-controlled forces that continuously fought over key positions across the map. Rather than concentrating all the action into a small area, battles spread across multiple objectives and created a strong sense of an active front line. I could also use vehicles to support advances or help break defensive positions, while larger offensives unfolded around me. Custom mission and map creation tools added even more variety beyond the standard scenarios. This finds its place in my great tier. Isonzo sent me into World War I battles across the mountains, valleys, trenches, and fortified positions of the Italian front, where attacking and defending objectives drove every match. I fought as different classes, each bringing unique tools to the battlefield, from officers calling in artillery and air support to engineers building defenses and mountaineers supporting nearby soldiers. Most combat revolved around advancing through heavily contested areas while using bolt-action rifles, machine guns, grenades, and other period weapons. The maps featured multiple objectives, barbed wire, and forward spawn locations that constantly shifted the front line as teams gained ground or lost it. Large battles created plenty of chaotic moments, with mortar strikes, gas, machine gun fire, and coordinated assaults pushing across open terrain. It ends up in my good tier. Verdun placed me on the Western Front during World War I, where every battle was a struggle to break through enemy trenches while holding my own line against determined counterattacks. I joined specialized squads with different battlefield roles and worked alongside teammates to push the front line forward through coordinated attacks. Combat moved at a deliberate pace, with bolt-action rifles, machine guns, gas attacks, and artillery creating constant pressure during every advance. Large stretches of open ground separated trench networks, making each charge a dangerous gamble where careful movement and teamwork were often the key to survival. The battlefield could shift between quiet moments and sudden chaos as enemy fire, gas clouds, and counterattacks disrupted plans. The slower style of combat and strong squad-based gameplay leave this in my good tier. Battlefield 5 returned me to World War II through large multiplayer battles, where infantry, tanks, aircraft, and fortifications all played a role in controlling the battlefield. I fought across a variety of maps while capturing objectives, defending positions, and working with my squad to push the front line forward. The class system let me choose between assault, medic, support, and recon roles, each bringing different weapons and abilities to the fight. One of the major mechanics allowed me to build sandbag walls, defensive structures, and emplacements around objectives, which added another layer to defending key locations. Alongside the multiplayer modes, I also played through several war stories that followed different characters during the war. The combined arms combat, class-based gameplay, and objective-focused battles place this within my great tier. Tannenberg revolved around hard-fought World War I battles, where capturing ground and holding strategic sectors mattered more than individual kill counts. I joined a team and moved between objectives while attacking or defending control points across large maps inspired by real battles from the Eastern Front. Combat relied heavily on bolt-action rifles, machine guns, and positioning, with every advance requiring patience and awareness of enemy movements. The maneuver mode constantly shifted the front line as teams gained or lost territory, forcing me to react to changing objectives throughout a match. Unlike many large-scale shooters, battles focused almost entirely on infantry combat, placing greater importance on squad movement and map control. The slower pace and objective-driven warfare leave this sitting in my good tier. Delta Force Black Hawk Down followed my role as a squad leader during military operations in Somalia, where missions involved securing locations, eliminating hostile forces, and supporting larger objectives across urban and desert environments. I moved through a series of campaign missions that often placed me alongside AI teammates while facing large groups of enemy fighters. Combat relied on modern weapons such as assault rifles, machine guns, sniper rifles, and grenade launchers, with firefights ranging from long-distance engagements to close-quarters battles. Some missions also had me operating mounted weapons from helicopters and military vehicles while supporting ground operations. Beyond the campaign, multiplayer matches featured large player counts, class-based roles, objective modes, and support-focused medics capable of reviving teammates. It ends up in my good tier. Rising Storm 2 Vietnam put me in intense Vietnam War battles, where teamwork, positioning, and patience were often more important than quick reactions. I fought across jungles, villages, trenches, and military bases while attacking or defending objectives alongside dozens of other players. Combat was extremely deadly, with most soldiers going down after a single well-placed shot, which made every advance feel risky. Different classes offered unique roles, from pointmen leading assaults to squad leaders creating forward spawn points for their teams. Commanders could influence entire battles by calling in artillery strikes, reconnaissance support, and powerful napalm attacks on enemy positions. The realistic weapon handling, strong recoil, suppression effects, and large-scale objective-based warfare created tense firefights where coordination usually mattered more than individual performance. This earns a place in my great tier. That's it for this ranking. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a new one soon.